What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to Stoic Context. Today we are going to react to another Kevin Samuels video. Before we get into it, make sure you guys like and subscribe. I'm going to save my commentary for the end of the video, so stay tuned for that.
Hey, how are you? I'm well. How old are you? All right, what do you got for me?
I just wanted to comment on I wanted to comment on Drake and Kanye clearly since that is the title of the live.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't agree with, of course, the way the woman went about trying to get pregnant. That's absolutely ridiculous
Okay.
and quite disgusting. Um, but I
But
also don't feel that that was necessary for Drake to do. I understand that he probably wanted to make a point to women to stop doing that to him because I'm very sure it happens to him often.
mm-hmm.
But I think that flushing said condom would have been disappointment enough for her. And then as far as Kanye goes, um, again, I'm only 25, but I have been a fan of him since I was a very small. And I've watched him change and everything. And I just
Mm-hmm.
feel that personally, I feel that he is a Black man that people label as mentally ill
Mm-hmm.
and things of that nature. I don't agree with a lot of the things that Kim Kardashian does and says, but of course, society labels him as a mentally ill Black man when I just feel that he is a Black man who just wants to be there for his children and also is under a lot of pressure from, said entities in Hollywood.
Well, let me ask you now. I'm curious when you guys say that you don't agree with what the woman did, but Drake shouldn't have did that.
Yeah, they're both wrong. I
No,
think that it's
they're really
okay.
not. They're really not. And I'm gonna tell you why I don't think Drake is wrong. Um, like I said when I was over on the Lead Attorney show, many guys have been told stuff like that acts as a spermicide. Whether people believe it or not, I've heard
Hmm.
this my entire life.
Yeah.
So we keep what value did it say they're both wrong when Drake was obviously trying to protect himself? We never punish women for any bad they do. Let's change the subject. Women can knowingly file false charges. I'm going to show a video of a 70 some odd year old man that got injured, had a stroke, all other kind of stuff, went in the hospital, all because the police came over and a woman was in tears and blamed the man. You know
Hmm.
what? Go ahead. Go ahead. We're at the point to where women don't have. It's like, what protections do men have these days? Go ahead.
Well, in pertaining to that, like I said, I just feel like they were both wrong. I don't think there's anything wrong in both parties taking responsibility. I've been doing a lot of um, soul searching and all of that. Being that I just turned 25, like I felt like my whole life changed. I've been doing a lot of soul searching, and instead of blaming men, because at the end of the day, yeah, they do bad things, but something within me attracts that. So at the end of the day, the only person I can fix is me.
Uh huh.
So that's what I've been doing. But as far as that whole blame game goes, specifically for Black people, I think
Mm-hmm.
it's both of our faults. I think it's both of our faults. After you take away all of the outside factors, the history, the slavery, the white supremacy, and all this other stuff that has affected us as a society, and just focus on our.
Hold on just a second. Hold on just a
Mhm.
second. I want everybody to see this because I still we're still not getting to the point to where we are blaming women for what they do. We're
It's
still
both of
not.
us. I
Well,
feel
it's
that
not.
both of
But
us.
hold on.
It's a disturbing moment that has left an elderly man fighting for his life. It started with a squabble between neighbors at an apartment building. A woman claimed that her neighbor next door punched her after she complained about noise. Body cam video just released shows police knocking on the neighbor's door. 75-year-old Michael Clark answers wearing just his boxers. Police react quickly after seeing he's got a menacing sawtooth sword.
Put it down! Put it down!
You can see Clark placing the sword on a bookshelf.
Get on the ground! No.
Then an officer tases Clark, sending him reeling to the floor.
Okay, Clark's unconscious.
Clark is out cold as the officers drag him into the hallway.
Taser deployed. Hurry, keep out with the machete.
He's placed in handcuffs. Then, a stunning moment. You can see one cop entering Clark's apartment and grabbing the sword. Then, he drops it near the victim. You can hear it hit the floor. Was he planting evidence? The officer then appears to take a photograph of the scene with his cell phone. Sarah Shelke is the victim's attorney.
You guys hear? Did you hear that? Did you guys hear that? I don't know if she hung up yet. Did unmute yourself? Did you guys hear that? Did y'all hear that?
Okay, there we are. I don't know why it's not letting me unmute myself.
74-year-old man. That woman was drunk, high, had a arrest record an arm's length long, and she said that I called over here because I banged on the door.
Yes, I did hear that.
But the thing is, she
and I did see
lied.
it.
But hold on. No. Before she completely lied. She said that she was abused. She cried. She shed crocodile tears, and the cops were sitting there consoling this woman. This, that. I hear you, such and so forth. Look. This woman didn't serve a minute in jail. This man had a stroke. It still has problems to this day. And and the cop is getting off with nothing. My point is, women can say anything. So when you say they're both wrong, no. It wouldn't have been wrong if she hadn't done wrong first.
Absolutely. Now, for that situation,
go ahead.
For that situation, those were, and again, I can only speak from a Black woman's perspective. I feel that white women do that often. The whole he hit me, he raped me. So I can't really speak on that situation. But
We're talking about lying on men.
Yes. Back to that.
The Black women lie on men too.
Yes, absolutely. So when it comes to that, that's why I said we both need to take accountability.
See,
Men need to take accountability.
My problem is you keep saying
bullshit.
you keep saying we both. No.
Women.
Women need to take accountability. And women
Absolutely.
need to be held accountable. Legally accountable. Legal consequence.
And that's where I'm at in my life. I have been held legally accountable recently for some of my actions. And that's why I was saying I did a lot of self-reflecting, and I started to realize at the end of the day, did these men do bad things to me? Yeah, they did. But still, I am wrong in what I did.
Yeah, but here's the problem. But here's the thing. Here's my issue though. Until I pressed the issue, you didn't back up. And you're still saying we both. Yes. I don't believe that you mean we both. I don't believe you changed your opinion. I think you're just trying to move the conversation along.
No. I didn't change my opinion. I think that it's still both of us. I think men are wrong in their own ways, and then women are wrong in our own ways. And until
this is no. This is a chicken. See, this is what we women do today. We're both wrong. No. It's chicken or egg, ma'am. Where have you seen a woman who lies on a man ever go to jail, get punished for?
Me recently.
Okay, ma'am, you one person. Let's just judge you as one person.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm speaking from my own experience.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. Here's the thing, ma'am. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm honestly not. But absolutely. I don't want to do this. You got your story to tell. It's not about just your story.
Yeah, it's not. And it's
125-year-old story doesn't even make a drop in a bucket compared to what men are dealing with. Just because you were held accountable, my problem is, even with you being held accountable, as you say, right? Mm-hmm. you're still saying we both, as if the scales are balanced.
They're not balanced. We're wrong
So
in different
until we
ways.
start reaching balance, there's no we. There's only you guys. That's my position. Tell
Yes,
me how we reach
there's
balance if we keep saying men and women, if it's overwhelmingly in women's favor. How do we get balance?
I don't believe that there should ever be a 50-50 balance because men are men and women are women. I
What does
don't
that
think that
mean
we are,
legally? What does that mean under the eyes of the law?
as of now, under the eyes of the law, when it comes to men versus women, again, I can only speak from my own experience. I have not experienced that oh, she's a woman, we're gonna take her side bullshit. I have not experienced
It
that.
doesn't matter if you've, ma'am, no disrespect. Take it out of you,
Yeah.
please. You keep making
Okay.
it personal. I don't care about necessarily you. And you say under the eyes of the law, are we treated? How do we get balance? And to me, it sounds what I'm hearing from.
I don't think black men are treated fairly under the eyes of the law because
So
I
how do
have
we
black
get men,
brothers.
men? Period. So if we don't start, okay. I asked the
Mhm.
initial question.
Yes.
Do you first off, do you believe that there should be balance in the law between men and women?
Yes, I do.
So, okay, then how do we get balance if it's incredibly unbalanced right now, always has been, and if we still continue to say we both share? That means for every time you put a rock on a man's side, you'll put a rock on a woman's side. It
Mhm.
won't move. Only when
I
you put
think
a
that the
rock
way
on
to
a
get
woman's side
balance
and put a feather on a nothing on a man's side or a feather, will it start to balance itself out?
I think the way to get balance, like let's take the Drake situation for example. If he knew or if he had a feeling that for whatever reason this woman that he chose to deal with was going to do that to him, he should have maybe instead of used hot sauce, maybe put a camera in place. That way you can have proof that this woman is illegally taking your bodily
Oh, and
fluids.
then let me say, here's the problem with that. Then if she got
Yeah.
pregnant, you have to prove that there was that. How does he prove in a court of law that it was that time got pregnant?
Well, as a smart man, I don't think he would wait until she completely did the turkey baster thing, but just
Oh,
to
so
prove
so in
that
other
she
words,
is
he needs to put a camera in and then watch her like a hawk.
currently taking it out, and then boom, you're caught. And
Ma'am,
that
ma'am,
right
I want you to
there.
understand how. I mean, I'm not trying to be rude, ma'am, but
Hmm.
that sounds absolutely zip damn crazy.
And so does
That
the hot sauce.
excuse me. No, 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 no. What's crazy is you women are out of fucking control.
It was crazy. Yeah, that is
Excuse me.
crazy that
No, no,
she's the
don't cut
one
me
to
off.
do
Don't
that.
cut me
That
off.
is
I
you're
don't play
right.
that. It's not, look,
I'm agreeing with you. I was saying
but
that
I
is
don't care. You can
crazy.
agree, man, but you don't. That it's not okay. What's
Yeah.
crazy is we're sitting here saying how he should have protected himself better. We keep telling men you need to do something else to defend yourself against women versus judging women harshly. So what you're saying is instead of using the hot sauce, here's what you do, Drake. You put up cameras everywhere and then you watch them. So when she goes to the bathroom and if she retrieves a condom, then you can go in there and bust. What if it's too late? What if he went to sleep? Does that make, I mean, logical? Does that make actual practical sense to you that that would be a more viable solution?
Me personally, I do think so. Because if you have that gut feeling that this woman is about to do that to you to the point where you would open your condom and put hot sauce in it, I think that
Man,
that
man,
would
has
make
nothing to
sense.
do with a gut feeling. Spermicide doesn't is not a gut feeling.
Or why not use
Excuse me,
spermicide
hold
before
on,
you have
ma'am. See,
sex?
this is what this is why. See, this is more women think like you. They really do. You
I think
want
they're
me?
both wrong. She
Excuse
was
me.
fucked up for that.
No, no.
She was
Excuse me.
very wrong. I said she was very wrong
But
for
you
that.
need to understand what I'm saying. But you're just as wrong in what you're saying because what you're saying is you need to rely on your spidey sense to predict the possible future and then act accordingly. Ma'am, how about this? How about a world like this? In a world where she did something like that and she started screaming to the top of her lungs because she had hot sauce inside of her. How about a world like this? Let me use my Thanos powers. Snap my finger. How about a world like this? Drake dials 911. The
Mhm.
police show up. Female black police officers show up. She tells her side of the story. Drake tells his side of the story. They immediately slap her in handcuffs and take her to county for theft. They put her in jail, take a mugshot. She has to bond out, get a lawyer, or go before a court because Drake is suing her for emotional distress.
Mhm.
Yeah.
As he should.
Well,
Yeah,
my point
absolutely.
is, what do you think would happen in the world where that would happen? How many more women do you think would try something like that?
I don't feel that many more women after this incident. I don't think many more women would try that with him. But I do, like I said, I do agree that she is wrong and that he absolutely deserves to take her to court because that is not cool.
It's
That's
not.
not
It's not
cool
a
to make
fact that it's
somebody a
not just her
father.
being wrong.
What we just heard was more than a debate about hot sauce and celebrity drama. It was a reflection of where we are culturally when it comes to accountability between men and women. Let's be honest. In today's society, women are often granted the benefit of the doubt, while men are expected to carry the burden of proof. When a man like Drake takes extreme steps to protect himself, steps that seem absurd on the surface, it's not because he's paranoid. It's because the system doesn't protect him. So he has to protect himself, even if it means doing something unorthodox. And yet the first reaction isn't outrage at the woman's attempt to commit reproductive theft. And, it's a critique of how he responded. That's the twisted logic we're dealing with. People say they're both wrong, but one person tried to commit a crime. The other reacted to avoid being victimized by it. That's not the same. Kevin's argument is clear, and it's one that more men need to embrace. Until there are legal consequences for this kind of behavior, it will continue. We don't get change by shrugging and saying, we both need to do better. We get change by naming the problem and correcting it. Imagine if a man tried to trap a woman into pregnancy. The outrage would be instant, and the legal consequences swift. But flip the genders, and suddenly it's a gray area. Even when the caller tried to acknowledge accountability, she kept retreating into the idea that both sides are equally wrong. That sounds fair on the surface, but fairness without context isn't fairness at all. Accountability only works when it's applied proportionally. You can't fix what you won't confront. And that's the Stoic lesson here. You don't build a just society by appealing to emotion or painting with a broad brush. You build it by using reason, demanding truth, and holding people accountable for their actions, regardless of gender. If this conversation made you think, share your thoughts down below. Whether you agree, disagree, or have your own story to tell. Hit that like button if you value logic over emotions, and make sure you're subscribed for more breakdowns that cut through the noise. Until next time, stay grounded, stay sharp, and always ask, what's the truth beneath the talk?